is up, everyone? It is your coach, Ahsan Active here, and today we are at Muscle Beach, Venice Beach once again, and it's gonna be a little bit of a different workout. Generally, I'm showing you all my full body workouts. We're going through push days, pull days, eccentrics, pause reps, everything like that. Today, we are here to talk about how to get a six-pack, how to actually train for your core. I'm gonna be going over some common mistakes that people typically make. We're gonna be going over proper form when actually executing the movements. This is part 2. So I've actually already put up a video on YouTube talking about exactly how to get a six-pack, right? We talked about the different levels of body fat percentages that you need to be, whether you're a male or a female. Talked about the golden pyramid of fat loss, so the importance of nutrition, the importance of proper training, sleep, movement, recovery, everything like that. So be sure to check out the previous video before watching this one. But today is really exciting. I'm gonna be talking about and showing you some brand new movements that you can do at the gym. We're gonna be going over some body weight exercises as well, some things that you can do from home. And I want you all to remember that when we are training our core, very important that we are striving for quality reps, right? We see a lot of people that will be doing 200 to 300 crunches every single day and not really getting results. So we care a lot more about the quality rather than the quantity of reps. Super excited to show you all today's workout. We're gonna be starting off with some flags. It is a more intermediate movement and really great for the lower abs. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So when we're doing this movement, the first thing we're gonna do is I'm using a flat bench. I'm gonna set up my arms right behind me. You'll see the setup here in a second. But very important to tuck in your pelvis, drive straight up, and try to maintain as much control as you can on the way down. Like I said, this really helps us work our lower abs, right? So when it comes to ab training, you want to make sure you're training your obliques. You want to make sure there's certain movements that are considered to be top-down movements where you're training a little bit more of the upper abs, certain ones that are considered to be bottom-up training where you're doing more of the lower abs. So we want to make sure that there's a good blend of everything when we're actually training our core. So for that movement, when I'm actually performing it and I'm driving my legs straight up, a common mistake we see is that people actually bring their legs further back, closer to their face. Instead, we want to come straight up and keep it right around our belly button. And you guys saw the amount of control that I had on the negative portion. That's really going to help us make sure that we're nice and contracted and actually utilizing our core in the right way. So remember that quantity versus quality. We are going for quality reps every time. So it is very important for us to train our core. Of course, I know a lot of people do it purely for the aesthetic purpose, but our core actually serves many different functions for our body. So it's there to keep us safe. It's there to protect our spine, our organs. It's there to help us maintain good posture, as well as serving different purposes around stability. So the next movement I'm gonna perform is an oblique twist. When I'm actually utilizing this movement, I'm going to be keeping my arms out and coming across my body. Very important that I'm not just swinging the weight with my arms, and instead I'm literally thinking about utilizing this side of my obliques to twist, and on the way back, come back slow. Really focus on that anti-rotation part of core training. So you're gonna see me perform the movement. I'm gonna do it on this side to actually get the obliques here, and then perform on the other side to get the obliques on the other side. So take a look at how I'm actually performing this. Another thing I want all of you to think about when you are performing core movements and exercises is your breathing, right? A lot of people tend to just hold in their breath and really just scrunch up their face and they're not breathing properly. This, one, it's terrible for you, and two, you're not gonna be able to feel it as much if your breathing is not in sync with the movement. So keep that in mind as you're performing these movements. Our third movement of the day is going to be the plank pull through. So this movement you can perform at the gym, you can perform it at home. All you need is one dumbbell. So the common mistake that I'll see is that a lot of people, when they're performing the movement, they'll start shifting their weight from one hip to another. And what this does is it makes the movement way easier, and it actually eliminates a lot of the core from actually performing its function while we're actually doing the exercise. So really important, try to keep a nice stable base. Try not to swing back and forth, And of course, every time we're dragging across, there's a big exhale, right? Remember the breathing aspect of it too. So here we're gonna go a little bit higher reps. It's a little bit of an easier movement, I would say. So good for beginners, good for intermediate lifters as well. I'm gonna be going for right around 16 reps. So 8 on each side here. So for the plank pull through, we want our hands directly underneath our shoulders. Feet are roughly shoulder width apart as well. If you wanna make it a bit easier, you can bring your feet much further out. If you wanna make it really hard, you can be on one leg. So you have different options here to customize it as needed. Fourth movement of the day is going to be the 90-90 crunch. This movement is one that you can perform without any equipment at all. You're gonna be laying on your back, and I'll show you the actual form when performing the movement itself. Here we go. So you're gonna be laying flat on your back. Knees are up in the air. You want your feet positioned exactly how mine are right now at 90 degrees. From there, you're just gonna place your hands directly behind your head. You wanna try to keep your lower back flat on the ground. Do not let it round. And from here, all I'm gonna do is I'm going to drive up and ensure that my elbows touch my knees. Breathing out on the way up. Here we go. We're gonna go for right around 15 reps. Last movement, what we got coming up, it's called the figure 8. This is also a movement where you don't need any equipment. You're gonna be laying flat on your back. Ideally, your legs are pretty straight, but it's okay if there's a slight bend in your knees, that's totally fine. How this movement actually works, great for our lower abs, and what it is we're gonna be drawing an 8 as the name implies, so figure 8. So you're gonna draw an 8 clockwise, and then we're gonna do one more counterclockwise. The goal is to actually do 8 full reps in a row, but if you're struggling and you need to take a break in between, totally fine, go at it at your own pace. Make sure to push yourself, and I'll go ahead and show you what the movement actually entails. So there we have it. That was our figure 8. You guys saw I was shaking the whole time. That's how you know it's a tough movement. Nothing wrong with shaking. It just means I'm using my core, and my core is really feeling it. And like I said, for that movement, we are going for small little figure 8s. You don't have to come all the way up. We just want to do a nice little small 8 clockwise, and then another one counterclockwise. It's a great movement. You can do it at the gym, you can do it at home, and it's a lot of fun too. So I hope all of you found this video really helpful. We went over 5 different movements, 2 that you can do from the gym and 3 that you can do from home. I want you all to remember, if you are serious about getting chiseled abs, if you're serious about losing that belly fat, that it really does take the right amount of structure. And although we did cover some aspects of training your abs directly today, it really is gonna take a game plan around nutrition, one that allows you to lean out while also making sure that you're eating enough to actually properly recover when it comes to, that aspect of training as well. So if you're looking for a program that's just gonna take away all the guesswork for you, that's gonna give you the right structure to allow you to actually get the body that you want and follow a plan that's enjoyable, sustainable, then go ahead and message me Fit on Instagram, and I'll let you know exactly how I can help. That pretty much wraps up today's video. I hope you learned something new, and of course, let me know if you guys end up trying any of the movements that we went over today.